Hello, hi, how are you? Fremont Lee here. Views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the person saying it. That's me, Fremont Lee. Hi. I haven't done a video in a little while. It is November 16th. I just wanted to say hello, say, hey, how's it going? Hope all is well with you. I do hope all is well with you. I don't mean to be a little smarmy going or anything, kind of, making light of anything. Most of us don't get out. Some of us that, even when we could get out, we don't go out. People scare me sometimes. It's just one of those things. This is November 16th as I am live streaming this, which if you end up watching this, it may end up being a little later date, and that's fine. I'm only going to do today's birthdays. Sorry, Ed Asner, Anna Fred Listad, Sean Murray, Beverly DeVangelo, Petula Clark, Janet Lee Miller. Those are birthdays from the other day. I mean, it's offensive. November 16th birthdays. This is 2020. As I am live streaming this. Hi, how are you? Hey. Lisa Bonet. She was on A Different World, The Cosby Show. She's married right now, currently, to Jason Momoa. They're happy together. I wish them the best. That's great. Martha Plimpton. She was Steph. She was Steph in The Goonies. She's done other things, but Clu Gulager. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Missy Pyle. Name might not sound familiar, but she was in Galaxy Quest as I believe the one that falls for Tony Shalhoub's character. Maggie Gyllenhaal, or is it Gyllenhaal? I can never remember. I want to say that it's like a J sound for Gyllenhaal. Dan Shore. The name might not sound familiar, but if you ever watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, he was Billy the Kid. That was 1989's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He was also on Air Force One, the movie starring Harrison Ford. There was a couple other things, and totally out of my head right now. David Leisure, Leisure, Leisure. Name might not sound familiar, but he was on the show Empty Nest with. There was a spinoff of the Golden Girls. He recently made an appearance as a pilot. I say recently, compared to whenever you see this, could have been years ago. There's a show called The Goldbergs. They did a takeoff type thing on Airplane, the movie Airplane, that starred Robert Hazen. But David Leisure was one of the Hare Krishnas that's on the Airplane. Pete Davidson, Marg. I don't know if it's pronounced Marge or Marg. M-A-R-G. Helgenberger. She was on the show CSI, Las Vegas. Steve Railsback. Name might not sound familiar, but he's an actor he was in the movie called The Stuntman. Movie I like talking about, Armed and Dangerous, starring John Candy and Eugene Levy. Steve Railsback plays the truck driver that John Candy comes up to and says, I've only got time to say this once. I need to get to whatever corner he mentions. Or it's two very good people are going to die. Well, hop on in, Slim. Let's see what this son of a bitch can do. And he drives through a bunch of cars. But the guy playing the truck driver is Steve Railsback. Joanna Patet. She played Mata, M-A-T-A, Bond in Casino Royale, 1967. Harry Lennox played General Swanwick in Man of Steel, 2013. Christine Harnos, who played Kay in Dazed and Confused, 1993. Also played Rimmer in Hellraiser 4 Bloodlines, 1996. Michael Faustino, who played Eugene in Monster Squad, 1987. Singer Diana Krall, Krall. She's also an actress. I believe she does voiceover work in cartoons. I didn't actually go in to see what, because it said soundtrack actress. So I was like, okay, whatever. Randall Dennis Widener or Widner, Widner. He's a stuntman. He did stunts in the movie Goonies. On his page, he's dressed as Sloth, so I am guessing he did stunts as Sloth in the movie The Goonies, which Martha Plimpton was in. And to the late Burgess Meredith, Ellen Albertini Dow, D-O-W. Name Burgess Meredith was Rocky's get him right, yeah, that guy. Ellen, he was also in Grumpy and Grumpier Old Men with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. Ellen Albertini Dow was a nun in Sister Act or Sister Act 2. I don't remember. She may have appeared in both. But she was in the movie The Wedding Singer. If you've ever seen The Wedding Singer, she's the one that's go to the hip, to the hop, to the hip, to the hop, to the west, and you don't stop. Sorry, I'm not a singer, and I was trying to imitate her as a little old lady singing that song. Royal Dano, name might not sound familiar to you, but he was in House 2, The Second Story. He played Ditto in the movie. Give me a second. I didn't write it down. Teachers, that starred Nick Nolte, Judd Hirsch, Richard Mulligan, who was on Empty Nest. Ralph Macchio, the guy that played the dad in Back to the Future. Give me 1 sec, please. Sorry about that. Didn't want to do that. He was also in the movie Space Invaders. I believe that was 1996. Guy Stockwell, actor from stuff. He played on an episode of Quantum Leap where his older brother, Dean Stockwell, was one of the stars of. Dean Stockwell, of course, played Al, which was Dr. Beckett's holographic partner guy in whatever, but he was a real person in the future. Actually doing and Dawes Butler. Dawes Butler, of course, did. Can't fucking do him. He did Huckleberry Hound, Yogi Bear. He did. He did a lot of the cartoon voices that for Hanna-Barbera. Dawes Butler. That was out of the top 100 of 1,169. That's 69. Shut up. That was a Bill and Ted's reference. If you really with us, what number are we thinking? 69? Yeah. I have a couple of movies, 5 of them right now, VHS tapes. Hiding Out, starring John Cryer. He's a stockbroker who ends up getting into some trouble. He sells some bogus bonds or whatever to something, and the people are going around killing the people. N&J Video, 17,080 Foothill Boulevard, Fontana, California. and there's a phone number. It's, which is weird because I bought this in Michigan, so I don't know. Anyway, when you're a successful broker and the mob wants you dead, there's only one thing to do: go back to high school. John Cryer could pull it off. I mean, he grows the beard and then shaves it off, and he's like, I think he was 26. Andrew Murensky is a successful stockbroker who finds temporary safety from the mob hitmen after him by stepping back 10 years into high school. This comedy puts a teenage twist on double identity. In his new life, Andrew, aka Max Hauser, goes punk with a two-tone hairdo. Then he tries to keep a low profile in spite of his cousin, whose greatest challenge is passing his driving test. Max takes the most obnoxious teachers to task, which quickly makes him a big man on campus. It's a laugh a minute, from cafeteria cuisine to dealing with his date's dad. Without even trying, he gets the girl and gets elected class president. But with the mob hot on his trail, Andrew has problems other than a few bad grades. Hiding Out. It's funny, exciting, suspenseful, and romantic. 1987. It's 99 minutes long. It also has Annabeth Gish, who plays the high school sweetheart. The cousin not pictured is I'm not thinking of it right now. I want to say he played in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. He's the one that's shooting the dishes. He's like, the dishes are done, man. And then he turns into like this. He cuts his hair and he's like making food. And it's like, okay. I want to say he appeared in Kevin Smith's Jay and Silent Bob reboot. It doesn't say. Anyway, the next one is this guy's only movie, which The Legend of the Lone Ranger. Yeah, VHS. 98 minutes long. Copyright 1981. Clinton Spilsbury. Excuse me, Clinton Spilsbury. Christopher Lloyd, Michael Horse, and Jason Robards as President Ulysses S. Grant. There's a scene in this movie where Christopher Lloyd as Cavendish, who's the bad guy in the movie, don't want to give anything away, but he has the town. There's like a setup where he's got like the figures and everything. Picture Doc Brown going, I didn't build it to scale, Marty. He's like, oh, yeah, it's all right, Doc. That's what you figure. This was before that. This was before Back to the Future. This was 1981. So when he does it, it was after the fact because he did it in Back to the Future. I kind of laughed because when I saw Back to the Future, I was like, hey, that's kind of like which was weird because in Back to the Future, Christopher Lloyd has the gray hair as Doc Brown. In here, his hair is like jet black. Not to be confused with Jack Black. A faithful companion, a trustworthy horse, and a passion for justice. In the Old West, legends loomed larger than life, and none more so than the Lone Ranger. Orphaned as a child, John Reed befriends Tonto, an Indian boy. Years later, Reed returns to the West as a lawyer devoted to bringing justice to the lawless land. However, the murderous Cavendish gang that killed his parents, wounds him in an ambush that leaves his Texas Ranger brother dead. After being nurtured back to health by Tonto, Reed dons the now famous mask to pursue justice anonymously. So when the Cavendish gang kidnaps, use your words, man. You knew that had to make an appearance at some point. Ah, words. They're hard. um, so when the Cavendish gang kidnaps President Ulysses S. Grant, played by 1976-77 Oscar-winning actor Jason Robards, it leads to a reckoning between them and the Lone Ranger, quoted, in this big-budget, action-packed Western epic saga. It is copyrighted 1981. All rights reserved, blah, blah, blah. Package and design, copyrighted 1995. It's a new copyrighted design on the thing. But Clinton Spilsbury, his only movie, which is kind of sad. He wasn't that bad in the movie. Problem is, or the thing is kind of, I'm guessing his voice wasn't right. He was right for, I mean, you look at him and kind of, he is voiced over by not Spencer Tracy. Give me a second. My head isn't working. I'm doing this at 7:00 in the morning. I woke up about a half hour ago. Hour ago. Wait. Okay, it's 7:36 on the little clock here on the corner of my computer. So it was about 40 minutes ago. Why aren't you more awake when you do this? Where's the fun in that? It is not said on here. Stacy Keach, I think. I could be wrong on the Keach. It's one of the Keach guys. It's either Stacy Keach or his brother. I know there's a movie called Wildcats starring Goldie Hawn, where Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes make their first movie appearance as high school football players. That Keach, the guy who plays her ex-husband in the movie, I want to say that's the other Keach. I could be wrong if that's not the one I'm thinking of, because he was also in the movie FM as the military guy trying to sell airtime on a rock and roll radio station or overplay it. But the Stacy Keach, I want to say, played the dad on the TV show Titus, starring Christopher Titus, and he played himself pretty much. But Stacy Keach, I want to say, played the dad. I could be wrong on all of this right now. Coffee isn't quite helping, but Next movie is Hammett. Francis Ford Coppola presents Hammett, starring Frederick Forrest, Peter Boyle, Mary Lou Henner. Dashiell Hammett was a man of mystery, and what if this now legendary writer of hard-boiled detective thrillers, a former advertising executive and Pinkerton detective, actually lived the kind of caper that could later inspire him to write a classic like The Maltese Falcon? The Francis Ford Coppola presentation of Hammett deliciously poses that question. Directed by Wim Wenders, Wings of Desire, Hammett is a stylish what-if spellbinder set in a 1928 San Francisco of shady alleyways and even shady characters. Pulp magazine writer Hammett, played by Frederick Forrest, needs inspiration. He gets it in the form of an old friend, Peter Boyle, Ray Romano's dad, I guess, on the show. Everybody Loves Raymond. And depending on where you know Peter Boyle from, he could have been Frankenstein's monster in Young Frankenstein. Put it on the root. Anyway, who involves him and his neighbor, Mary Lou Henner, and they search for a missing girl in Chinatown. Naturally, nothing is ever quite what it seems, and friendship proves a poor insurance policy in the world of crime. Beautifully designed and shot, Hammett is for anyone who craves the sheer, giddy pleasure of movie bursting with clever dialogue and sly ideas. Kirk Honeycutt, Los Angeles Daily News, said that last part. Copyright 1982. Again, package design and summary 1993. Copyright by Warner Brothers. I loved it. The acting, the whole, it was like, there's a scene where Lydia Lee, who plays the lady, I don't know, that would give kind of part of it away. I don't want to. Anyway, her ankles are thinner than the body in which was supposed to be her character in the movie. But he notices. I want to say that's Elijah Cook. That could be R.G. Armstrong. I think that's R.G. Armstrong. Elijah Cook played. If you ever watched the Tom Selleck Magnum PI show, Elijah Cook played Ice Pick. I think he only appeared like on maybe 6 episodes. I know. Colonel Flagg only appeared on like 6 episodes of MASH. But it's another story. It's an actual typewriter. I liked the movie. It was kind of neat the way they either got a sliver or like handling the boxes without gloves. I dried fingers. If my eyesight was better, even with the glasses, I might. The next. I mentioned MASH. I'm thinking of either going with Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid or MASH next. I mentioned MASH with whatever, but I'm going to stick with the detective thing for now. Steve Martin, Carl Reiner film, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. As the private eye of private eyes, Steve Martin is Rigby Reardon. He's tough, rough, and ready to take on anything when Juliet Forrest, played by Rachel Ward, appears on the scene with a case. Her father, a noted scientist, philanthropist, and cheesemaker, has died mysteriously. Reardon immediately smells a rat and follows a complex maze of clues that lead to the Carlotta lists. With a little help from his friends, Alan Ladd, Barbara Stanwyck, Ray Milland, Burt Lancaster, Humphrey Bogart, Charles Lawton, etc., Reardon gets his man, an exciting action, fun-packed film, the way the 40s films used to be. What they did, and Carl Reiner admitted that it cost more for that than than he really wanted to do, but without it, it wouldn't have made would it didn't make the movie as exciting as it was. Sorry. Anyway, they use clips of older movies. Um, The Lost Weekend, starring Ray Milland, a bunch of different clips of Humphrey Bogart in different movies. Um, Vincent Price, as they said, Barbara Stanwyck. The, the real people in the movie: uh, Steve Martin, Carl Reiner, Rachel Ward, Rennie Santoni. Written by Carl Reiner, George Gipe, Steve Martin. Costumes by Edith Head. Copyright 1982. Runtime is 1 hour 29 minutes. It's in black and white. It might give you a headache if you watch it due to the fact that it is black and white, because you're used to watching color, and I'm okay with it watching it. It's on VHS, but at the end of this movie, Rigby Reardon teases a sequel. Yeah, stay tuned for a sequel where uh, with a possible nude scene by Juliet. There was never never a sequel. You figure, I said what, copyright 1982? This being 2020, 38 years, they could still do a sequel. You seen Steve Martin? He still looks like he's in his 40s. I mean, with his premature white hair, he looked older, but it's like me. I'm 50. I don't act it. People don't think I'm 50. Then I'm like, yeah. And I'll do a cartwheel, and they'll be like, okay. Although I haven't done a cartwheel since July, I think June or July of this year, 2020. I was 49 at the time, so I'm growing a beard now. How's it look? Got to do funny accents, you crazy bastard. Whatever. Okay, the next one is MASH. The movie MASH, starring Donald Sutherland, Elliot Gould, Tom Skerritt. The film that inspired the Emmy award-winning television series. This was based on the book. Screenplay by Ring Lardner Jr. Give me a second. I want to say it was based on the book, but from a novel by Richard Hooker. Okay. Ring Lardner, who wrote the screenplay, was upset that nothing he wrote was on the screen. It was. It's just the way they did it. It was sort of a slapsticky type nod at the way the thing was going to be. So it was just one of those things. And for there's a little trivia here. When a wounded soldier is clumsily dropped off a stretcher onto the ground in the title sequence, it was actually an accident caused by an actor who tripped. A perfect illustration of the film's black humor. Robert Altman decided to use it with the song "Suicide is Painless" sung in the background. And of course, "Suicide is Painless" is the name of the song for the TV show, which there's no lyrics. Any more than that, I'd probably have to pay royalties or something, or I might get this video blocked. I don't want to get my videos blocked for doing something stupid. Too late for that. Sorry, I was correct myself. Compose yourself, Mom. That's the worst action hero I ever heard. Composure, man. Anyway, this classic American war comedy received an Oscar nomination for Best Picture and spawned one of the most popular shows ever to run on television. It focuses on three Army surgeons, Donald Sutherland, Elliot Gould, and Tom Skerritt, who develop a lunatic lifestyle in order to handle the everyday horrors they encounter in the Korean War. Sally Kellerman, Gary Berghoff, and Robert Duvall co-star in this disarming mix of slapstick, merciless fun, and tragedy. 1970. Approximately 116 minutes. That's 116 minutes. I didn't want you to think I said 160, but it's 116. Robert Duvall plays Frank Burns. Excuse me. Sally Kellerman plays Hot Lips Houlihan. Donald Sutherland plays Hawkeye. Elliot Gould plays Trapper. I could be wrong on that. I really could. Because if you've watched the TV show so long, so often, that when you watch the movie, you're like, who are these guys? These aren't what? Huh? But yeah, trust me, it was a little confusing at first when I saw it, because I was like, I knew it wasn't the show. I knew it wasn't the TV series. So it was just one of those. Tom Skerritt plays I don't know. Forrest. Forrester? Forrest. Duke Forrest. Anyway, yeah. On a TV show, when they did the swamp, they ended up losing Ugly John, who isn't a character in the movie. May have been a character in the book. I don't know. But they used a character called Ugly John. Played by John Orchard. I don't know if I said that already. Did I just say that? I'm like, darn. I hope you're having a wonderful day, whatever time you happen to be watching this, whether it's in the morning, the afternoon, or the evening. I think I have this now on DVD. I could sell this if I wanted to. I have not been able to find Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid on TV, on TV, on CD, on DVD. What did I say for this one? Vinyl? It's like I haven't been able to find them on DVD. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but you should get Blu-ray. Fuck, I just updated everything to DVD. Now you want me to fucking get another fucking thing where I got a fucking Blu-ray? Jesus. Fucking shit. Hammett, I have not been able to find. When I found it on VHS here, I think I bought this at Suncoast Video at the mall in Ann Arbor. at the Briarwood Mall. It was like, I know this movie. Took it home, watched it, and I was like, yeah, I know this movie. Um, that was me acting like I was amazed by the movie. The Legend of the Lone Ranger, I also believe I found at Suncoast Video in the mall. That's in Briarwood Mall, Ann Arbor, which I haven't been over there. I don't know if I doubt Suncoast Video moved out of the mall is what happened. According to the lady that was working there, who I thought looked like Martha Plimpton, and she's like, "You don't know how hard that is getting out of that image." I looked at her and I was like, I removed my knit cap or baseball cap because at the time, yeah, that was happening, and I was like, "Are you kidding?" I get Pretzel Boy. Hey, Pretzel Boy, and she looked at me. She was like, so it was just, I don't know if that little was there, but she laughed. She's like, "I see it." Sorry, it's like, yeah, but yeah, she looked like Martha Plimpton. Um, it didn't help that she had like little spiky hair like Martha Plimpton did. And she was wearing that little collar thing. I don't know what that little collar thing is. It wasn't actually a necklace. It 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 wasn't like a gold chain necklace or anything. It looked like it looked like I don't know what it looked like, but it looked like a little vinyl strap. Not necessarily a dog collar. It was because it was like a clear whitish yellow something that like a choker type thing, but it wasn't like a dog collar or anything. It was just, and Hiding Out. Uh, I love this movie. I'd like to say I could relate to it, but I never had people after me to where I had to go hide back in high school. Not that I'd be able to fit in. I could play a teacher. Teacher, teacher, don't you? 38 Special. Um, the musical group 38 Special did that song, Teacher, Teacher, Teacher. Um, I think it was 38 Special. For some reason, I'm associating it with the song from Revenge of the Nerds 2. Dun, dun, uh, I don't. I honestly don't remember. But I think it was 38 Special that did the song. Listen, I hope it's what 40 minutes. Yeah, I'm approaching 40 minutes, so I'm gonna let you go. Hope you have a good day today. Hope you're having a good evening, good night, good afternoon, whatever it happens to be. I don't know when you watch this. I hope whatever it is, you're having a good day. Stay hydrated. It is getting colder here in Michigan. Um, it's what happens in the winter. November, November rain. No, that ain't right. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope all is well with you. Stay warm. It is winter, but you still need to stay hydrated. So some water is good. Uh, for like the fake juices, even the real juices, they have added sugar. That isn't good for you. You need to, like, if you're gonna have some fruit, something, uh, like make your own fruit juice. Do it that way. Get like that one, whatever that magic bullet thing is, or whatever the juicer is. Throw in some spinach and whatnots for your vitamins and all that, and that bushy-eyed guy go, "Yeah, it's real good. It's supposed to eat it." I don't think it was Jack LaLanne, but I could be wrong. Um, but it's if you make your own fruit juice like that, get in some vegetables and whatnot, some stuff that you throw in everything in there. Um, that would probably help a lot better than, or be that would be better for you because you're not adding sugar to anything. Because a lot of the fruit drinks, like those can of Arizona teas that I drink, the watermelon, the fruit punch, that's like 38, 62 hike. Um, it's like percent sugar, and it's like worse than freaking. The sugar content isn't good for you. That's the thing. I don't. I use an opinion expressed in this video, or those are the idiots saying it. Dar, 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 dar. Rumi, no, it's not. What? No, never mind. Ah! I don't know if you heard that. I just popped my elbow. I do it on purpose, like this. It's nothing, but accidentally, it's like, oh, son of a bitch! What the hell? Uh, anyway, thank you for watching. Take care.